Think you know your timelines? From TV classics to tasty treats, famous monsters to mind-blowing inventions. Can you guess which came first? Let's put your pop culture instincts to the test. Which came first, Seinfeld or Friends? Seinfeld first hit the airwaves as the Seinfeld Chronicles in 1989, 5 years before Friends moved into its oversized New York City apartment in 1994. Which novel came first, Bram Stoker's Dracula or Mary Shelley's Frankenstein? Mary Shelley's Frankenstein came to life in 1818, long before Bram Stoker's Dracula began haunting readers in 1897. Which cookie came first, Oreo or chocolate chip cookie? The first Oreo was sold in 1912, while Ruth Wakefield's Toll House Crunch cookie, the original chocolate chip cookie, debuted in the 1930s. Which streaming service came first, Hulu or Netflix? Netflix started mailing DVDs in 1997 and launched streaming in 2007. Hulu joined the binge fest a year later in 2008. Which ancient game came first, checkers or chess? Early checkers boards appeared in ancient Egypt around 1600 BCE, nearly 2,000 years before chess emerged in India during the 6th century CE. Which sport came first, baseball or basketball? Baseball's first official rules were set in the 1840s and 50s, long before James Naismith hung up that first peach basket in 1891. Which condiment came first, Dijon mustard or tomato ketchup? Dijon mustard was crafted in 1752 by Jean Nagin in France. Tomato ketchup didn't appear until 1812, and before that, ketchup was actually a fish sauce. Which movie monster came first, Godzilla or King Kong? The Mighty Kong climbed onto screens in 1933, while Godzilla didn't start stomping cities until 1954. Which invention came first, electric plug or electric battery? Alessandro Volta invented the battery in 1800. The first plug wasn't patented until 1904, more than a century later. Which toy hit the shelves first, G.I. Joe or Barbie? Barbie debuted in 1959. The first G.I. Joe action figure marched out in 1964, with a smaller version arriving in 1982. Which lift came first, elevator or escalator? Ancient Romans used pulley platforms as elevators in the 1st century BCE. The first passenger elevator appeared in 1857, decades before the escalator's debut in 1891. Which wedding look came first, white wedding dress or tuxedo? White gowns became fashionable after Queen Victoria's wedding in 1840. The tuxedo arrived in 1886, thanks to Pierre Larillard's daring tail-free jacket. Which candy came first, M&Ms or Snickers? Snickers was introduced in 1930, named after the Mars family's horse. M&Ms followed in 1941, made famous for their heat-resistant shell during World War II. Which Marx came first, Karl Marx or the Marx Brothers? Philosopher Karl Marx was born in 1818, decades before Chico, the oldest Marx brother, arrived in 1887. Which Pluto came first, discovery of the dwarf planet or Mickey Mouse's dog? Astronomers discovered Pluto, the planet, in February 1930. Mickey's dog Pluto appeared that August and was named after the cosmic discovery. So how many did you get right? Turns out, history and pop culture have some wild timelines. If you enjoyed this trip through time, hit the like button, subscribe for more quizzes, and tell us which questions stumped you the most in the comments. See you next time.